Hey everyone, here's another unsolved murder case, but it's been solved. Unsolved murder, mad butcher of Kingsbury Run. Before I go on, um, it says, as a decade after ending of the Toledo Clubber murders, Ohio once again the site of another unsolved serial murder case. Was made. This case was notable. Was not only unusual, savvy of the killings, but involvement of Eliot Ness, the lawman, untouchable fame. Now, it happened in Cleveland during the Great Depression of September of 1934. The lower half of a woman torsos with the legs severed at the knees was found washed up on the shore on Lake Erie. Now, she was never ID'd, and her story quickly became yesterday's news. Only later on would be the people of Cleveland realize that she was the start of something horrible. Now, years later, two boys stumbled across a pair of headless, decomposing males' bodies. Both bodies had their genitals severed. The boys came across them while walking along Kingsbury Run, a weed-infested ravine on the east side of Cleveland. The postmortem exam concluded that the two men had been decapitated and castrated while alive. The order of the two victims were never identified, but the younger victim turned out to be Edward Andrassy. He was well known among the police and had a rap sheet of pretty good arrests. He also known of having an affair with a married woman whose husband had threatened Edward's life. The police concluded that the two murders were crimes of passion. Now, in January 1936, they hacked up the remains of a 41-year-old prostitute were found behind Central Avenue butcher shop. Now, 4 months later, the two boys, once again walking near Kingsbury Run, stumble upon the man's decapitated head. The next day, the searchers found the naked corpse, which was covered with various tattoos. Dispute these tattoos and the best effort of those involved in this case, they were never able to discover the name of the victims. Now, on July 2nd, another headless body was found, but this time it was across town for the run. A few months later, the killer's return to his favorite dumping ground, while waiting to jump a train, a homeless man spied the halves of a human torso. Now, the missing parts were included the head. Arms and genitals were never found. Now, of course, the newspaper started to have a field day with all these unsolved murders, front page stories run on a daily basis, talking about the horrendous monster who could have committed these crimes. Now, Eliot Ness was recently hired safety director of Cleveland. He found himself under extreme pressure to solve the murders and get this monster known as the Cleveland Torso Killer. Now, and the mad butcher of Kingsbury Run off the streets. Noting nothing made a difference through even the rewards were offered, and officers interviewed hundreds of suspects, and no one was ever arrested. For 2 more years, more bodies were discovered, 12 more to be exact. Now, the remains of the two victims were found in August 1938. What happened to the butcher after that, no one knows for sure. Some speculate the Cleveland doctor named Frank Sweeney was the killer. Now, the immigrant named Frank Dozel confessed to the crimes, but later he claimed that the police beat the confession out of him. A month after his arrest, he was found hanging in his cell. Some crimes buffs believe the butcher moved into L.A., while others agree that Oscar Funnelly, the Eliot Ness biographer, he claimed that the real culprit was mentally ill, unstable, prime student. a member of a primitive Cleveland family. The killer included arrests having himself committed to a mental hospital where he died in 1940. Kind of interesting. It's very interesting. Stories I never heard. I'm going back, and it's good to look back, and maybe we can find ways of helping people out. Talk to you later. Bye now.